Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of my Louis Vuitton SLG collection. For those of you who missed the first part, I'll be sure to include it in my caption below. So my name is Jo, otherwise known as the Little Bean on Instagram, TikTok, and now here on YouTube. I started this YouTube page to be able to provide more in-depth reviews on my items as well as share more of my collection with you. And without further ado, let's continue in my SLG review. So we'll start with the most popular. This is the mini pochette. To me, this is a standard in any Luxe Lovers collection. It is great. It holds a lot. I love that it has a chain. I have definitely turned this into a mini bag on many occasions by adding a strap that connects in these two places. The next is the bucket pochette. So as you can see, the bucket pochette is just a tad longer, but that makes this a great piece because it can fit a phone in it with no issue. It too comes with a chain. And so you can also turn this one into a mini bag. It's kind of like a mini pochette accessoire, which makes it a great piece. This one just has the standard brown canvas on the inside. The only drawback of this piece is that it's harder to find, but if you find one, I would definitely snag it because this is a great piece. And then finally, this is the Manosque GM Pouch. And if you've watched my reel on luxury bags that I regret buying, you'll have seen this cutie there. Again, it's a very cute piece. And as an SLG, it's pretty functional, but I was using it or intending to use it as a mini bag. And for that purpose, it is really not that functional at all. The handles, well, they're cute. If I was shoving this into a bag, for me, I feel like these handles would just get in the way. But it is really cute, and it does stretch, so you can hold a good amount in it in terms of like as a carry-all. But yeah, out of the three, I would say this is my least favorite. So would I recommend these? Yes, yes, no. Okay, next we have the Recto Verso. This is a really handy piece. It has a lot of different features. It has a front pocket here that can fit dollar bills bifolded. It has a little secret compartment right here, which is very convenient as well. 3 card slots in the back, as well as a 4th option. And then it has an area here where you can put coins and receipts and whatnot. And then it also has a key ring. So this piece is really meant to solve it all. And it is really functional in that sense. Wear and tear, I'd say overall it's pretty good. The glazing hasn't had any issues. The only thing I'll note is obviously when you have a metal button, it's prone to scratching. And then as well, I feel like the sides here are starting to roll up a bit. So I have decided that when I'm not using this piece, I'm going to go ahead and put some sort of like long rubber band or ribbon to tie to kind of keep it and train it so it stays flat. Overall, I can't say whether or not I would recommend this. It's pretty expensive. Even when I purchased it, I did hesitate a bit. It is super functional, but again, it's not the flattest. And for me, as I've been saying, I really like flat wallets and flat card holders. When you put everything in this one, it can get kind of wider here. So if you're someone that doesn't mind that type of, you know, a little bit of a wider item, it is really functional and I would recommend it. But if you're either sensitive to a high price or you really like super flat wallets, then I wouldn't recommend this one. All right, up next is this trio of the toiletry pouches. We have the 15, the 19, and the 26. So the 15 is adorable. It's pretty small, but it can still hold a substantial amount. All of them, at least these older ones, have this lining in here. I can't remember what it's called, but it's nice in that it's wipeable, but it's also annoying because there is a risk if you don't care for them well that they become sticky and disgusting and kind of flake off. which I don't know why they just continue to use this type of lining. But overall, I love this small size. It can fit a variety of things. It can work as a carry-all in your larger bags, but it's very cute. The 19 for me is one of the more ideal sizes for traveling. I just feel like it fits a lot, and I do like the slim profile. So mine, if you can see here, this is actually not the same lining as the other two. The one that I had purchased, this one was super, super cheap, but it was because the lining was all sticky and disgusting. So I actually removed it and replaced it with this stick-on like faux suede. And I shared it in my stories like probably a year or two ago. Let me know if you'd want me to share it again. It turned out pretty well. I mean, if you look really close, it's not perfect, but it allows me to have, you know, a lining in here. I typically actually store all of my little mini makeup collection in this one, so I don't really need it to be wipeable or anything like that. The last one is the 26 size. To me, this is like one of my OG bags. I bought this way back. This was one of the things that really helped jumpstart my Instagram account, because I would often show all the different ways that you can convert this into a bag. And there are some pretty insane, like game-changing ways that you can use this pouch. One of my friends in the community, her account is Imir Luxury Collections. She sells all sorts of bag conversion kits and ways that you can make this into a bag, and you would just never know that it's actually a toiletry pouch. And I would definitely recommend it. I'll link her below for anyone that has this and would want to do that to this pouch. I haven't used this piece as often as I used to. I think the shape is a little strange to have for a toiletry bag though. It is nice that it's so slim, but I just find that like then my products can't really be organized in here. Like they all have to kind of pile up so that they stay in this slim silhouette. So I just don't use this one very often. So would I recommend these? At today's prices, that's questionable. I think these are handy pieces, especially these bottom two. And then this 26, if you would want to turn it into a bag, it is that there's a lot of things you can do with it. But do I think they're like a necessary item in someone's collection? No, not necessarily. They're definitely nice to have, but I wouldn't say that they are a necessity. So this is the Empriente Key Pouch. It is in the color Rose Ballerine, I believe, and it is my only Empriente piece in my collection. I love it because the leather is already pretty well worn in. I purchased this pre-loved. It's actually discontinued now. And I just think it's a really beautiful piece. It's hard to find in this color. I've seen them pretty frequently in the black as well as in the navy, but I haven't seen many of this pink. So when I saw this one, it was a pretty good price, and so I jumped on it. So it's a pretty large piece compared to other wallets or coin purses. It comes with this key ring, and then it's just an open space on the inside. But my favorite part is this zipper pocket in the back, because it actually is large enough that you can fit credit cards right in this slot, which I just think is really handy. So in terms of wear and tear, the leather itself has worn pretty well. The color of the leather hasn't really faded or had any color transfer on the outside. The glazing on the sides, on this side held up well, but on this side it was pretty torn up on the edge here, which is why I think I got it at a pretty good price. I ended up just using my own leather paint to paint it back to the normal color. The button has also worn on this one a little bit. It's starting to lose some of its color on this edges. I could get the button replaced if I wanted. But overall, it's a really nice piece. Again, a little bit hard to find, but I like that it's a bit larger. I was just toying with this one, and I can fit a good amount of mini makeup in it, so I could actually use this as a little mini catch-all, not just as a wallet. So yeah, I'd say this is a really great piece if you can find one. I think it's worth the purchase. So another set of toiletry bags that I have are the Trousse bags. This is the Trousse 18, I believe, and then the 23. And there is also a larger size called the Trousse 28. I used to have that, but I ended up selling it because it was just so big and I didn't end up ever using it. So this is the 18 and I love this size. It's super small, but it can still hold a lot. I actually have my makeup in here right now. I'm packing for a trip coming up. So you can see I have a lot of things in here and everything fits pretty well. This size, though, I think is also an ideal size. This one can fit everything, including my makeup brushes. This one cannot. I'll show you how I store my makeup brushes when I use this one. But this one can hold everything in it. I got this one for $88 and it is in beautiful shape. The inside has no sticky lining in it. So I was really excited about it. The only drawback of this one is that it did not come with a zipper pull. And so I just had to put on my own. I found one that has one of these lobster clasps. I'm pretty sure that Louis Vuitton will replace the zipper pull for me. I just haven't had time to go in and do it. And that functions in the meantime. So either way, this one was a steal. I love it. This is, to me, again, a great size. Like I said, I carry my makeup brushes in this pouch. This came from the, it's like the attachment to the Sac Shopping GM, I believe. I wanted just a very flat, long pouch. Like this is absolutely perfect for my makeup brushes. And I didn't really want any leather on it because, you know, I'll be sitting in a bathroom and whatnot. So I have all my brushes in here. This is like the old vintage tab. So for me, I like having these two here because then if I need to shove things in different bags, I can move things around to make things fit. Whereas this one, you know, it's one big chunk and it's going to take up the room that it's going to take. Wear and tear on these, I would say they've held up really, really well. The only thing you have to be concerned about, like I said, is the potential for cracking. I haven't had any of those issues. And so I think these have held up really well over time. I mean, these pieces are 20, 30 years old at this point, and they're still looking great. So would I recommend these? 100%. They're all great pieces. And so next we have the Rosalie coin purse. I got this one pre-loved for a really good price. And again, that's why my collection is as big as it is, because I keep falling into just getting hooked on these great deals. And so now my collection's huge. But hey, girl math, right? So the interior is this rose ballerine. It's a really pretty pink. It's got 2 card slots there. It's got another one here and then a little zipper section here. So there's not too much to it. Overall, the silhouette is pretty slim. Not the slimmest, but it's not bad. And it is a really pretty construct. The button here, when I received it, was peeling a bit. I ended up actually taking a lot of time to find the perfect combination of nail polish, and I painted it myself. And it turned out really well, and I don't feel like I have to worry about it anymore. I know it's pretty controversial when it comes to the leather buttons, some people have painted it with clear nail polish, some people have not, because when you do that, then Louis Vuitton will not repair the item. For me, again, I knew at the cost that I bought it for, I wasn't ever going to, you know, take it into the shop and pay for them to repair things anyway. So I just went ahead and did it myself. Wear and tear on this, it's not bad. I do feel like the corners of this are starting to like roll up a bit. Like you can kind of see it on this side. Also, there is some minor hairline cracks right here on the sides if I like open it too far back. So would I recommend this piece? I know that this is a fan favorite for a lot of people, and they have done away with the leather button. Now they all come with the metal ones, which is good, or the brass, I guess. But personally, this isn't my favorite. I like it because it's cute. I like the pink button on it. And so I haven't gotten rid of it yet. But for me, I don't carry a lot of cards, so I don't need this much space. Even when you put a few things in it, it does kind of grow a little bit this way. And again, for me, when it comes to mini bags, the space is valuable. So I'd rather just use a slim card holder instead. All right, next we have the PM Cosmetics pouch. This is a vintage item that I got pre-loved. I love the shape. The silhouette of this is just, it's so satisfying. This one is in pretty good shape in terms of the lining, and I love that it has a pocket here. That comes in really handy for me. In terms of wear and tear on this one, I mean, I got this one in pre-loved condition. Again, it was a pretty good price, but there is some wear on the corners, and the vachetta has seen much better days. Again, for me, sometimes there's things that I just don't mind when it comes to some of these items because I know I'm going to use them and love them and destroy them anyway. Would I recommend this piece? Personally, no. And some of you might be surprised by that. I just feel like I have really struggled with this one to get just the right amount to fit inside. You know me, I like to jam my bags packed to the brim with stuff, and you just can't do that with this piece without the zipper becoming like super wonky on the top. Like it'll get all, you know, crooked, and I just can't stand how that looks. I cannot stand it. It drives me wild. So if you're only holding like a few things or enough that really only fills like halfway, then I like this piece. I think it's very chic. I love the silhouette. But if you're planning on carrying a lot, this just isn't going to work because it's just going to look crazy, or it's not going to zip at all. This is the round coin purse, I think it's called. It's a vintage piece. I got this a while ago. This was one of my earlier SLG purchases. And I remember my husband shaking his head when I told him I wanted one. And he said, "Why? You'll never use it." And so then I posted on my stories asking people what I could use it for. And I got flooded with ideas to which I could take back to my husband and very smugly prove him wrong. But he was right, though. I never actually used this. It's really cute. I just became enamored with the really cute shape. I don't carry coins with me very often. I've shown it in my reels as like holding headphones or things of that nature. I don't actually carry headphones that aren't wireless with me at any given time. So really, I don't use this piece, but from wear and tear, it's in pretty good shape. No issue with the interior. Sometimes when I've seen these pre-loved, they might have a lot of staining from coins, or the zipper will be super tarnished. But in this case, this one's in really good shape. Would I recommend it? No. I mean, I guess if you carry coins, then yes. Or, you know, if you're a collector. But other than that, I don't really feel like this one serves a lot of function or purpose. Like it doesn't really hold a lot other than coins. I really feel like that's what it would be best suited for. So I would say I wouldn't recommend this one overall. And finally, we have the Wapity, which is my last SLG I'm sharing with you. This piece, I think I heard, was intended to hold a camera, which is why it has this shape, but it holds a lot. I did a what's in my bag on this, and even I was really surprised. It does have a pocket here. It has this kind of red microfiber lining in it. I like that it can open pretty wide, and it has this little wristlet, so you can really wear it as a wristlet bag. These are a little hard to find at times at a good price, but they are out there. And I know Louis Vuitton has come up with a few limited edition versions of this, and they have one out right now that I think is like that light pink and blue color, if I recall. So you can still find it retail, but this monogram version is only available pre-loved. So would I recommend this? I'm going to be honest, I don't use this one very often. Again, because I use mini bags, and when you have mini bags, something this thick is just really hard to use. I mean, this is a mini bag in itself. So I don't often gravitate towards using it, but I do love it. It is so handy. I think when I travel and whatnot, it would be good, a good complement to some of my other travel items. Like I could fit, you know, my AirPods in here and maybe like my phone charger, things like that. So I do think it has uses, and the shape is easy to use for things, but on a daily basis, I never grab this as a carry-all. So would I recommend it? I think it depends on how often you'd want to use it and what you'd want to use it for. It is a cute and really functional little piece. All right, so that wraps up my Louis Vuitton SLG collection. I'd love to know which ones were your favorites, which ones that you have, or which ones that might be on your wish list. I know for me, going through this entire collection made me realize that I had a lot more SLGs than I realized, tucked in all sorts of different places throughout my closet. And so it was a good exercise to realize that, you know, I might need to get rid of some of these. But overall, I loved sharing my collection with you. And if you liked watching, please remember to like and subscribe. I'd love to have you as a part of our community. If you'd like to watch more content from me, I'll include another link to a video here. Thanks again. Bye for now.